to give you an indication, on a 12-month basis, 27.5% would be 200 basis points weighing on our margin.
In terms of what you expect to get, Toyota got 15%. Is that a kind of number that you think you can get here at Volkswagen? Can you live with 15%? Give me the margin hit at 15%.
Okay. Obviously, I cannot really comment on a specific number. That's clear. No. What I can say, 50% would be in the middle of the range, what we just gave. And what I can also say, I mean, look at our industry. Yeah? We make 6 to 8% margin. And currently we are faced with 25% tariffs. So this is clear, we need a good solution, and a solution that fits both the needs of the American administration, but also the European automakers. And by the way, not only the European automakers, also our customers and dealers in the US. Give you just one number. In June, our sales were down 25%. And that has a huge effect also for our dealers and their families.
Could you live with 15%?
Okay, as said, we need a good compromise, and we gave a range between 10 and 25%.
Once you get the number, will you be able to give a much more accurate figure when it comes to the margin? I.e., will you reissue guidance when you get the figure?
We were very transparent, and we gave you the number for 25%. That's 200 basis points. So and for 10% is 60 basis points. So you can do the math for whatever tariff, you get the burden, and you can compare that to our guidance. So we are very transparent on that.
Are you going to have to make more investments in the United States? Is that now on the table in terms of what you're going to have to do as part of any package that is likely to come from the White House?
Look, we are a clear market leader in Europe. We have a comeback plan in China, but we want to grow in the US. And that was true before, and that is still true. Look, we invested a lot in the US already, 12 billion. We operate the factory in Chattanooga, but we have only 4% market share. So US is still our, and will be in the future our growth market. And we also invested in a very exciting project. I don't know whether you know the Scout project.
Yes, no, I've seen the Scout project.
So it's really
I've seen one. You've got one just kind of over the road. Looks very nice. But you've also invested in Rivian as well.
Yes.
There would appear to be some logic at the moment of going, why not just buy Rivian and take the factory you were going to use for the Scout, for instance, use that for the Audi brand, which is struggling in the United States because of the tariffs, because you make them here, you don't make them there, and actually start to maybe reorganize as a result of a, let's call it a 15% tariff number. Isn't this the moment to rethink some of the plans in the United States? The US administration is making it hard to build electric vehicles in the United States. They're going down. Is now the right moment to do Scout?
So these were a lot of information. So first and foremost, let me elaborate a little bit on Scout. So first and foremost, it is a great brand.
Sure.
We have a great heritage. And it will be not only an electric car, we will add a range extender. So Scout will have an electric portion, but it has a range extender, and that gives us a range of 500 miles. So we are quite confident that this package, a very robust design, great interior, with the 500 miles of range, will meet the demands of the American market. And in terms of synergies, we use synergies for the Scout project. For example, electric engine that we will use for Audi. And Scout will be also one of the first projects that gets the software from our Rivian JV.
Okay. But how do you get Audi and Porsche back to double-digit margins if you're not going to build them in the United States? Can you get Audi and Porsche back to double-digit margins if we are going to see, let's call it 15% tariffs?
I mean, we explained that already. We look into the opportunity to build Audis also locally, but this is too early to give you an.
But it is a possibility.
It is on the table.
How much money do you think you're going to have to invest in the United States? Is it more than you've invested now? I think Toyota's done more than 60 billion. You're nowhere near that kind of a number. Is that number that you've put on the table for the United States going to have to go higher as a result of these tariffs?
We invest in Scout, and this is a big number already. And of course, if we would invest into a factory for Audi in the US, that number would go up.
That number would go up. So, but I've heard the word massive being used. What does massive mean?
Too early, too early, guy.
But north of where we are now?
In terms of investment? Clearly.
So you think you are going to have to invest more in the United States?
We will, we want to grow in the US. It's a growth market, it's a strategic market for us. And we want to continue to invest in the US.
But give me an order of magnitude. Is it much, like massive would seem to imply that you are going to do a lot more. You are going to put a lot more money to work in the United States. You don't have a figure in mind?
Too early to give you a figure.
Okay. In terms of what you are going to be doing in terms of the portfolio, there's been some suggestions that you may be offloading some brands, some parts of the business. How far down the road are we in terms of understanding what that's going to look like? And do you have a timeline?
On what? Can you repeat it?
In terms of maybe rationalizing the portfolio? Give me an idea of where you are in terms of your thinking.
When we talk about rationalizing, we basically talk about restructuring. And we communicated the restructuring program, for example, for Europe, for brand Volkswagen, and this is massive. Now we adapt our capacity in Europe to the market's needs in Europe, and we reduce our headcount, and we will also streamline the industry here.